Yate and good day, everybody. This is Charlie Chuibaka from Red Road Journeys, and today we are going to look at a puberty ceremony. What is it? How have I done it? Alright, puberty ritual is one of those things. It's a rite of passage in our little Red Road Journeys Rite of Passage series. A puberty ritual is something all of us have gone through, whether we know it or not. You know, everybody, where you work at, whether they be native, non-native, they be African American, Asian American, Anglo American, whatever. Everybody has gone through a puberty ceremony. Real quickly now, one of the things about American culture, I get a lot of feedback from other natives saying there's no American culture, and you know, there really is. Actually, this is part of it. You know, one way you could think about American culture is, like I've said before, I think like we're kind of nose blind to it. It's like you go over to a friend's house and it really stinks like cat pee, and you're like, dang bro, man, I can't hang out here, it stinks. And you know, and they're like, what are you talking about? I don't smell nothing. Yeah, that nose blind. We're kind of that way with American culture. Think about it this way: going to Walmart. For what? Well, hunting and gathering. That is definitely a cultural thing, going to Walmart. That's how we get our food, right? How we learn things. All this stuff that's culture, whether it's in a classroom, on the internet. Technology is a huge part of a culture. One thing with Walmart, again, is you go over someplace like, you go over to Europe, all right? You go to Spain, all right? You're not going to find any Walmart, you know? You go to Norway, and there's not going to be a Walmart there where you could get every single thing to sustain human life. You realize at Walmart you can get every single thing to sustain human life? Puberty ritual, 3 stages: stripping of old identity, liminality, and a new status. All right, say the person is in, and this is like for any tribe. All right, any tribe. So no contact with home, whether it's in a hogan, whether it's in a kiva, a teepee, or maybe a vision quest, just out there with nature. All right, no contact with home, no contact with family or certain family members, no contact with friends, no contact with the opposite sex, no contact with your previous life material possessions, right? You can't be in the kiva sitting there with your smartphone taking selfies, right? It's probably not going to go over too well with all the medicine people involved in your ritual. Only traditional clothing, only traditional hairstyles, right? You know, even though I have a yarn wrap, most people know. I mean, even though I don't have a yarn wrap, most people know that, you know, oh, he must be Navajo, right? And at least in Arizona, New Mexico, and all the other Navajos are, oh, he thinks he's Navajo. All right. Only traditional foods if you're not fasting, and most of the time we are fasting, but when we do, we will have, like, you know, some kind of traditional food made from blue corn or something of that nature. No more recreational activities or hobbies. Only traditional education from peers, elders, adults. Only traditional language, if possible, right? You only speak your native tongue, if possible. No English. No expressing inappropriate feelings, right? You can't be huffing at the medicine man, right? Or, you know, medicine woman and going, oh, this is stupid. No, they're probably going to get really upset with you. There's things you have to do. You have to strip yourself of who you were. And sometimes there's people to help you do that. Actually, there always is, and that's the medicine man or medicine woman. Your teachers or instructors that show us how to be a man or a woman. All right, and only traditional spirituality. So once you're stripped of the old identity, and again, it's kind of like that old Zen Buddhist saying, it's like you can't fill a cup that's already full. So stripping of old identity is pouring out that cup. Liminality, stage of nothingness, that's where we refill the cup, because that's where all the training happens. Liminality is all about training. The nature of training is also repetition. Do it over and over and over again until you become it or it becomes you. So, you know, most puberty rituals, the main point was how to appropriately display your manhood or womanhood. All right, how you carried yourself, and that's in a sense, you know, who you are now. Also, in the puberty ritual too, and going back one step, forgot, stripping of old identity, is a lot of times your name is taken away. You're giving a new name. By the time you finish this puberty ritual, you have a new name, and that's who you are. All right. So for males especially, one of the main things that must be taught in a puberty ritual is how to appropriately, how to master testosterone. All right. Because testosterone is that one hormone that makes us total dicks, makes us total a-holes. Those people who are so aggressive, who are bullies and can't say nothing nice about nobody, makes us a negative warrior. And that's another one we're going to look at, another rite of passage we're going to look at. So that was the main thing, how to master testosterone, how to master my emotions. We had to be taught those things, and this is with every culture. All right. There are other things on how to treat others with dignity. And remember, dignity is not respect. Respect always has to be earned. And that was one of the things we were taught to, how to respect others. But respect always has to be earned. So if somebody says, oh, you have to respect your elders, and they're a negative warrior, no, not really. You have to earn your respect, even if you're a young person. We can do it discreetly. We can do it with dignity. And all dignity means in its most basic form is you matter, right? Your education matters, your future matters, your sobriety definitely matters, your experience matters, your voice matters. You just matter. You don't have to earn it. It's like gravity. It just is. Also, how to choose a means of living, how to pick an appropriate partner, right? Because that's really important. Who you hook up with should be somebody appropriate who's going along your basic lifestyle. The law of natural consequences, meaning A plus B equals C. If you do this, this is what's going to happen. If you keep sleeping around with a whole bunch of women, guess what? You're going to have a whole bunch of kids. And in this day and age, you're going to have to take care of them in some means or another. It's going to make you probably not a very good adult. So different warrior codes, about helping people. When somebody asks for help, you should help. Do everything you can to help. We can't always help, but we do what we can. Staying in school, getting an education, choosing a career, making a living. That's a real important part of being an adult. Making a living. How am I going to do that? Well, sometimes we need a little training to help us guide us in the right direction, or at least guide us in tapping into what we really want to do with ourselves. How to live in two different worlds. That's really important. Or finding a balance in living in two different worlds. And balance is not supposed to be easy. Balance is a very, very difficult thing to do. Right? And it's supposed to be. That's the nature of balance. It's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be difficult. All right, so that's why we need how to manage my emotional nature, how to manage my testosterone, how to manage my emotions, because living in balance is a hard thing, and I can't be reacting to everything that happens to me in a negative way, because whenever you react to something, you're already at the disadvantage because you're reacting to something that's already happened. Anyway, so we have all this training, repetition, repetition, repetition. Then we're at our new status. We're an adult tribal member. If you do it the right way, if you have a good puberty ritual, then you're a positive adult tribal person, right? You're able to contribute to your community. You're able to give stuff back. Now, we're not perfect, and that's definitely reflected in living in the middle of these two cultures, but we do the best we can. So come back for more, and we'll look at more rites of passage. There's a whole bunch of them. Next, we're going to look at my own puberty ritual and the process of me becoming an alcoholic. How did that happen? All right, we'll see you then. Bye.